For now, we'll talk about China, which interestingly is lecturing the world on respecting a country's territorial integrity. This really is the limit, considering Beijing's record. But we'll come to that later. First, let's tell you what has triggered this. In a clear reference to Taiwan, President Xi Jinping has said that safeguarding the territorial integrity of China was the aspiration of every son and daughter of the land. What does he mean? And why has it sent alarm bells ringing in this region? Take a look at our next report.
Days after President Donald Trump signed a law allowing high-level visits with Taiwan, China's President Xi Jinping delivered a veiled warning at the closing session of the National People's Congress.
和领土完整，实现祖国完全统一，是全体中华儿女共同愿望，是中华民族根本利益所在。在这个民族大义和历史潮流面前，一切分裂祖国的行径和伎俩都是注定要失败的。我宣誓。
The Chinese leader was reiterating the One China policy, to which Washington has been a party since 1979 and which none other than Trump endorsed recently. It means there is only one China, which is the People's Republic, and Taiwan is a part of China. However, as the US sees it, Taiwan's reunification with China is okay if done peacefully, not otherwise. It explains continued US arms sales to Taiwan. The Chinese clearly see the latest US move on Taiwan as a negation of the One China policy.
我们要坚持一个中国原则，坚持九二共识，推动两岸关系和平发展，扩大两岸经济文化交流合作，同台湾同胞分享大陆发展的机遇，增进台湾同胞福祉，推进祖国和平统一进程。
Closely linked to Taiwan is China's concern over the larger implications of the US action. China has claimed the entire South China Sea, enforcing a so-called 9-dash line, which is basically grabbing land deemed rich in minerals. In pursuit of this, China has forcibly occupied parts of Vietnam's Paracel and Spratly Islands, Scarborough Shoal and Mischief Reef of the Philippines, and is pushing its claims to islands belonging to Malaysia and Brunei. China is militarizing islands, seeking to ensure that it alone has the right to regulate maritime traffic in the South China Sea. This, when access to free and open seas is a United Nations principle. Bureau Report, WION.
China has a land area of more than 9 million square kilometers, but that doesn't seem to have dimmed its appetite for more territory. Witness its audacious land grab in the South China Sea, something that you've just seen also. Over 3.5 million square kilometers of ocean believed to hold vast reserves of oil and natural gas. The oil deposits alone could be as large as Mexico's 12.4 billion barrels, or perhaps second only to Saudi Arabia's 268 billion barrels. Add to that lucrative fisheries and supply routes that carry 80% of China's crude oil imports, even for Japan and South Korea that have no claims in the South China Sea. The waterway provides access to the markets of the Indian Ocean. Indonesia's Natuna Sea fishing grounds are on the fringe of the South China Sea, from where it also draws gas. But leaving aside the South China Sea for a moment, China has territorial claims on India. Apart from occupying 38,000 square kilometers of land in Aksai Chin in Ladakh, China has taken from Pakistan more than 5,000 square kilometers of the Shaksgam Valley in Jammu and Kashmir. China claims 2,000 square kilometers of territory in the middle sector and all 90,000 square kilometers of Arunachal Pradesh. These are the claims they make. Even tiny Bhutan has not been spared. China pushing Thimphu to hand over 269 square kilometers in the Doklam Plateau because it will give them strategic leverage over India. It's important to note that China has land borders with a total of 14 countries, including those already mentioned. Disputes over these borders have settled as they had more to do with resource extraction, trade, or exported labor. Laos, for instance, is upset that a Chinese railway through its territory will degrade its land and not give any jobs to its own people. Similar concerns run through those countries that have joined the One Belt, One Road initiative. Signs of that are visible in Pakistan, for instance, where China has financed the economic corridor, which may bankrupt the country and dispossess people of their fertile land. So much for respecting territorial integrity.